Experiential learning is an experience in the real world, typically in a professional setting, that helps you acquire different skills. It's a much more active form of learning than sitting in a classroom and listening to lectures or reading a textbook. This can typically be like an internship or a job that is related to your degree or area of study that you acquired new skills in. It's important to pursue experiential learning during your undergraduate career. It's typically not safe to assume that you will get a job right out of college just because you completed a degree with good grades. A lot of entry level positions often require a few years of experience, so it's important to get that experience during your undergraduate time, or even you could start as early as high school, or in your postgraduate time, you could maybe get an internship and then apply to entry level positions after that. It also allows you to brand yourself on your resume or CV because you can list a bunch of different skills that you've acquired through your experiential learning, and overall, it'll make you seem like a much stronger applicant. I have had experiential learning in college. I've actually had a lot of it. I'm a Spanish major and I'm interested in going to medical school, so some of the things I've done are freshman year I volunteered in a hospital. I was in the emergency department at CHOP, and I've also worked as an EMT for the last 3 years. I also volunteer at Puentes de Salud, which is a Spanish-speaking medical clinic in Center City. And I work in the Temple Neurology Administration Department. I'm also going to begin working as a medical scribe in the summer. So each position has given me a different set of skills that are going to help me when I'm applying to medical school or in future healthcare positions. My EMT job and volunteer positions have given me different hands-on healthcare skills. Like I know how to take vitals, stabilize different types of fractures. I can also control a lot of different types of bleeds and work under high stress situations and perform CPR. My job in Temple Neurology has allowed me to work with a lot of different programs that are typically used widely throughout healthcare, like Centricity and Epic. I've also learned a lot about scheduling patient appointments and dealing with a lot of the administration side of healthcare, like billing and stuff. I've also used my Spanish a lot in all of these positions. I was actually the only student worker at Temple Neurology who could speak Spanish, so I would always have to talk to the patients on the phone that spoke Spanish. And these positions will help me get into medical school or acquire future positions because I can brand myself on my resume and CV with having all of this prior healthcare experience and list of skills that I've acquired before I've even gone to medical school. And advice I have for college students is experiential learning is important because it allows you to learn more actively, while reading a textbook and sitting in class is a lot more passive. For example, in my case, I can sit and read a textbook on how to perform CPR 100 times, but going and actually hands-on practicing on a mannequin and then doing it on an actual person actually is like when you learn it. So definitely get out there, get some experiences in your field. It'll make you a much stronger applicant when you apply to different jobs or internships after college or in college. Like I had said earlier, it's not guaranteed that you'll get a job right out of college. It is hard sometimes. It can take up to 4 years. And so it is good to get experience during your time as an undergrad. From all the PowerPoints, documents, and videos, I learned all of the different resources that Temple has to offer to allow students to get different experiential learning opportunities. Like one of the documents had a list of all the different departments in CLA and the classes that you can actually take and get credit for experiential learning. In my case, I'm a Spanish major, and I saw that there's a Spanish internship class where I could actually get upper level Spanish credits for just volunteering anywhere that would involve me speaking Spanish. So I could have gotten credit for volunteering at Puentes de Salud. There's also similar classes for all of the different CLA majors and Fox majors as well. I also learned the best websites to search for internships, like Indeed, Handshake, LinkedIn. Those were all listed on the PowerPoint. The documents also listed a lot of research labs that are available to students interested in psychology and neuroscience to apply for. And they also had the requirements to be in the labs, the time commitment, the professor's contact information, and a description of what the lab is doing. So I thought that was interesting. I do have some research experience, and I am planning on applying to medical school, which does require a lot of research experience. So I thought those documents were helpful because I could definitely use some more research experience. I also learned what experiential learning is. I'd never really heard that term before, but I learned that it's active learning, typically acquired through hands-on experience in a professional setting. And through experiential learning, you acquire a lot of different skills related to your area. It's also a lot more active than just being in a classroom. It helps you learn more deeply. And another thing I thought was very interesting that I learned in the videos is how you're not actually guaranteed to easily get a job right out of college with the degree that you spent a ton of money on, even if you get good grades. And that it can take around 4 years, I think the video said, to get a job straight out of your undergrad career, which is a little discouraging, but it shows the importance of getting the experiential learning experiences during your time as an undergrad, because a lot of the entry-level positions do require so much prior experience, which you can only get through experiential learning. So overall, the documents, videos, and PowerPoints were very helpful, and I think it's important whether you're going to apply straight to a job, graduate school, or professional school out of college to get those experiential learning experiences during your time as an undergrad.